Friends, this is Shraddha and welcome to Early Learners and Right Brainers. So today's topic is going to be what are my struggles of right brain education. So to begin with, my journey started when my sister gave me the right brain flashcards. So it were the word cards and I was 5 months pregnant and I just happened to see the flashcards which were this big and I just thought that what these flashcards are, and I had a small book of all the black and white photos and she told me that you just have to flash it on your tummy and your baby is going to see it, and I was like, what? But then I believed her because she was my sister and I had seen her baby also. She was very active, very smart and very loving, to be very honest. So I just thought that maybe what she says is right. So I started doing the flashcards, like flashing the tummy with the flashcards. So every day I used to do it. Then I liked this concept and I researched more. Then I researched more about the medical astrology. Then I understood that okay, for every month we have to consider topics and we have to read things around it. Like 7th month you have to read more about Saturn, or like Saturn related stuff like geography, statics, and then in the 8th month you have to do more of mathematics, and then in the 9th month you have to do more of drawings and meditation. So all this researching just started because of those flashcards that were given to me. Then I did some courses on Manas Shakti Kendra's like products. Then I did a course from Balaji Tambe's books, and my journey of Garbha Sanskar just started and it just filled me up with a lot of science, a lot of Ayurveda, a lot of Indian culture, a lot of foreign culture, and everything got mixed up. And then I thought that the child learns everything in the womb, so 80% job is to be done in the womb. So all this started when I was 5 months pregnant, and then I had the exact 4 months to do all this researching and everything, and I used to read all this stuff. And when I started reading it, I started listening to many mantras. See, basically I am a person who belongs to Hindu culture, and also I like to recite shlokas. Like when I was a child, I was not taught by my parents to say thank you to God, but it was automatically there in me. I used to always thank God. So they liked this, and then they started introducing me to many religious stuff, and I kept on reading, and anything that I read I used to remember. So shlokas or mantras just became very much familiar, like a second skin to me. So if you ask me Gayatri mantra, or if you ask me any stotra, I'll be able to recite it. Maybe my pronunciation would be wrong here and there, but I can recite it very nicely. So for me, grasping Indian culture in my pregnancy day was not a big deal because I believe in God, I believe in the scripture. So for me to accept what Manas Shakti Kendra was saying, or what Garbha Sanskar related to Balaji Tambe was saying, so everybody, all the articles that I had in my hand, including the flashcards, everything correlated and made sense to me. So I kept on reading, and I just want to say that I am a person who reads a lot of books. When I was a child, I never read so many books. I used to always listen to stories. But when I came into my job, I am an IT engineer and I am working at a bank. So first job there, one of my boss introduced me to a book called as The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. So this book is of Robin Sharma, and from that day Robin Sharma is my guru. So whatever I learned in right brain education, it is nothing but what Robin has told us on leadership. So every book of Robin Sharma I have read. Then I have read so many things about law of attraction from Rhonda Byrne, then The Secret, and my stories were published by Rhonda Byrne in her website because things did materialize in my life. I was a gratitude girl. I had a WhatsApp course. Of course, it was free that time, and I used to. Now the course doesn't exist, but at that time, 2015, I had this gratitude course where I used to club so many people, and I used to run a gratitude course. So everything related to positivity, right brain was always in me. So for me to convey all these things to you comes extremely naturally. I have read so much because I was reading books since I was 21. Now my age is 32. So 32 complete, 33 running. So I have 11 years of experience on reading books on a daily basis, and my speed of reading book is one book one day. So I have read many books. and because I have read many books, I can articulate and relate all the things, club it and make this kind of videos. And then when I came across Hegru, when I came across Sashida, when I came across domain method, I was like, whatever I have learned when I was 20, the things should be conveyed to the child when they are between 0 to 7, and not because it is education, but because it is human psychology, because we want the neurons, the brain to be very powerful tool for the child to have life skills. So when these things made sense to me, I just thought that I should do something about it. And when I came on Facebook, I was literally shocked by the number of groups that were there. And when I read so many people writing so much things which did not made sense to me, because I thought that everything is quite fear based. I started my Facebook group, then I got a lot of help and attention from you guys, and then I thought that my words are making sense to you guys, but then sometimes you need a face to put the words to make in sense. So I thought of creating YouTube videos. And then what are my struggles? I also want to convey that. What are my right brain struggles? So the first thing is that my husband is a doctor. He never came he never said that don't do this, but also he has always an opinion that why you are doing this. So when I was pregnant, of course he was like, he knows that I read books and everything, and he knows that I'm that gratitude girl. I always see the goodness in everything, and he's a doctor, so he thinks everything practically. Like practically, does this make sense? And for me, everything is like visualization. No, this is going to make sense. So what I see now will materialize, yes or not. He will practically give me an edge, like what if this doesn't work? Now because of him, I would say, of course there are arguments like why this is this and why this is that, but I'll personally say, just to convince him, my researching skills were like 2, now they are 10. Because I want to convince a doctor, like I am an engineer, and there was a time when doctors used to marry doctors, and now the trend is like engineers marrying doctors, doctors marrying lawyers. But honestly, marrying a doctor, you have to be research proofed. Like today he teases me, you're a YouTuber, you're a YouTube doctor, but that's the fact. Like to convince a doctor, you need to have a lot of research paper down there that yes, this works. So when I was doing all my Garbha Sanskar, he used to definitely encourage me, but he used to always say me that, what are you doing? What are you reading? Why are you drawing? And he'll be like, see, I understand brain develops in the womb and everything, but then there are milestones, there are physical things, then there are medicines, then all these things exist in the world. So what you're doing, you can do, but there is something called as medical field, there is science. You have to have science to say or back up what you're conveying. So till that time I did not have Hegru or Sashida or domain in my mind. I just had this Vedic Indian culture in my hand. So when my child was born, of course flashcards and everything were not that appreciated initially. Like he definitely liked the concept that I'm showing flashcards to my child, but when it came to buying, he was like, he's just 1 month old, how can you think of buying flashcards for him? Now I was like, I already had 50 flashcards and I was expecting to have more because I got excited. And to my surprise, I got some cards from my friend. So she gifted me, and then my child started showing interest in them. So my husband got a little bit convinced because he's a doctor. He was like, you guys are making sense to me. And of course he says that all these things exist, but at the same time I also feel that the child is very small. What you are trying to show, it's definitely helpful, but then let him just be. I have studied a lot, I have become a doctor. So this kind of attitude he had initially, like for the first 2 months of his life. But then when he saw my excitement, then when he saw my research, I used to show him the CDC paper, or I used to show him the WHO consent papers, like see, this is this, this is that. Then he was like, see Shraddha, I understand all these things exist and these things are there. I appreciate that you are taking so much interest in medical field. Then I said that I'm not taking interest in medical field. I'm just trying to convince you to give me a green signal that I can do all these things with the child. Because it is our child, I have to be made sure that everything that I do for him should make sense to you also. And you should also get involved in showing flashcards. My idea was to involve all my family into this right brain education. Because see, they were not trying to relate it. because they have not read what I have read. Now, what I had read was not just right brain education books by Sishida or Hegru or Domain. What I had read was a huge amount of knowledge from Vedic culture, Indian culture, Robin Sharma, Rhonda Byrne, and all the self-help motivational books, all those things. So it was very important to convey my point to all my family members, like my mother, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, everyone. But I would like to say that yes, to convince family it takes time. More than saying the image or the video that the child can provide to our family is the only solution to the problem. The video, as in, if I'm showing the flashcards, if my child is not looking at the flashcards, this video, I mean this image or this situation will make no sense to them. They'll be like, he's not even looking at it. But if my child is excited, they are going to get convinced that yes, he appears to be excited, that means it is working. So this was a plus thing. Like the few cards given by my friend and my sister were the initial start. Then I told my husband that see, this is working, he likes it, and there's no point wasting money on the toys. So he was like, okay, fine. Then we started showing him many flashcards, and then he also became excited, my husband. So he also started showing him cards and all. And then I used to tell him that why don't you tell him about the body parts, like in the medical term. And he used to give me the look that, see, I'm not going to do all these things, okay? If you want to do it, you do it. But for me, it will take time. I'll just see whether all these things that you are saying works or not. Because I have read I have studied medical and I am a medical student. But I really want to, give this thing a time. See, there are neurosurgeons, there are neuroplasticity experts who will say that this works. But some of the doctors will say that maybe this works, maybe it doesn't work. Because there's not a scientific theory on all those things. See, anything that comes to motivation also, there is no actual thesis or actual trademark or patent that this works. But when it comes to medical science, they have a standard or a mandate or a patent that yes, this works. So for them to get convinced, it takes time. So guys, if your husbands are not a doctor and still a normal professional, you should feel you are lucky. If the video is definitely my husband is going to see, I'm not saying anything negative to you, but I'm just respecting your field, that your field is very highly educational field. So you guys are not going to get convinced by a layman person like us. But then I'm grateful to you that you took out time to understand my theories, and you have also got convinced that yes, whatever I was saying or whatever the people are saying, like Shishida, Hegru and all those schools, it makes sense. And now even the doctors are confirming that yes, from 0 to 3 years the child should be given maximum information. So he's also convinced, and all the doctors are getting convinced, and all the theories are coming up, and everybody is now saying that yes, right brain education is definitely going to be the next thing. So coming back to my journey, my husband got convinced, and he was looking at the child, and the child's excitement was like up to the mark. Like whatever we used to show the rattles, he will look here and there and not interested. But when we show flashcards, he used to give all the eyes in and all the concentration. So my husband was like, okay, good, we can buy more flashcards. So this is how the flashcard journey started. And then my in-laws and my mother started observing that, Shraddha, he is quite observant. He has a lot of good attention. Like whatever we say, he remembers. So your theory is making sense to us. So they are my parents and like my mother-in-law. So they are like people who are 30 to 40 years ahead of us. So they know they have they had their own kids, like we are their kids, and they have made us what we are today. So their theories are also different and sometimes similar to ours. But when I'm convincing them that this thing we have to do with the baby, those things we have to do with the baby, they should also feel confident about the technology or the technique that I'm saying. Like for example, if my parent or if my mother-in-law or my mother are saying a slang language, like for example, if it is a dog and they are saying bobo, I'll always tell them, please say dog. So for them to accept this, they should have a proof that what I'm saying makes sense. So my child was only the person who made this possible for them to believe that what I am telling my child or what I am teaching about right brain education is true. So he was the only person, like my child was only the person who could convince them that whatever we are trying to tell the world, like okay, right brain education exists, like the right brain can be very intuitive and we don't have to invest much of the time when the child is very big. Now only invest in them so that they can be capable of being empathetic, loving, having high IQ skills and very knowledgeable people. So all these things, they are also getting convinced, my family members. So initial struggles or challenges were like the material. So everybody in my family came up with material. Like my mother used to make small drawings that could help my child. Then my mother-in-law also used to cut out stickers and used to make drawings for my baby. So every paper we had something or the other drawing of an animal or of a festival. So everybody came forward to teach my child or to upbring my child in right brain atmosphere only. So initial 1 year we all have invested in showing flashcards, showing everything related to right brain. But now when my child has become 1 year plus, he is also wanting to have a lot of free play and lot of excitement, and sometimes he also doesn't like looking at the flashcards. But everyone in the family is like, he has learned so much, so his grasping power has increased a lot. So you show different flashcards, or you show different variety of flashcards, or you show different ways in the flashcards, and maybe that way he'll get more motivated. So now everybody thinks in the right brain perspective only. And when you show the flashcards, not just the right brain gets activated, the left brain and the right brain both get activated, and the connections between the right brain and the left brain get stronger. So the child is getting more intelligent, I would say, and genius as well. So everyone in the family has to get convinced, then only your right brain journey also becomes a little bit better. To convince them, you will talk, but that will make no sense to them. You will show them articles, that will make no sense to them. When your child performs, only then they will get confident about it. So now when my child is big, they are like they are also providing information in the most natural way. Like nobody in my family will talk baby talk with my baby. Like everybody talks in a very sweet tone. Like compulsory we have to speak very lovingly, very caring, in a caring tone, and our tone is only very sweet with him. So even if we want to convey him something that don't do this, we won't say don't do this. We will say this is safe, this is not safe, or we will tell him like why it should not be taken. What will happen if he will do if this and this. Like for example, if there is a fan, we will say him that this is a fan, please don't try to touch it. This some problem can happen. He will still not understand it, but we will pretend as if he understands it, and we will again say to him as if we are saying to an adult. So we believe that he is an adult, like he has a brain of a genius, he's an adult guy and he understands what we speak. So everything that we communicate to him is in factual basis. There is no baby talk like cow wala, mau wala, all those stuff doesn't happen. Like we are being very practical, like cat has come, dog has come, and now the cat is there, dog is here. Even sometimes we tell the dog's breed also, like this is a German Shepherd or this is a Pomeranian, all those things. Even the car, I'll say that this is an Alto, this is an Espresso, this is a Mercedes, not just car. So every information that we communicate becomes a breakdown into small bits and pieces. So I would say that my challenges were to convincing my family, because it is a challenge for every girl. And when you are from an engineering background and a person who is working in IT, although you must have read thousands of books, convincing a doctor is not easy. So he also got convinced, because after a year he was like, he saw so many things, because he's a doctor. He also told me that these things are making sense. Like for example, for a person to speak properly, he should have all the teeth. But he says that in spite of that, even the child, like our child has only 6 teeth by now, he is still able to babble more nicely. So he says that because we have exposed him to many words, he is trying to speak them. And also we both are talkative. So it makes sense. It is helping him. So my husband's take is also like, because we are speaking in a factual way every day, things are getting better for the child. So this is how the challenges I am facing were converted into a positive approach by family support. Everybody came into rescue. Everyone is always asking me like, is this correct as per your right brain, is this correct as per your thesis? And I'm glad and I'm grateful that everybody made effort to come forward and help me. Right now I have flashcards that are bought from the market. My child is like just 15 months, and I have invested in flashcards which are from Hungry Brains because I feel that this is the time I want to have the maximum benefit to my child. Once he grows up, I can always print it, and there could be a good printer and I can print it out. But for now, it's better to shop from a Hungry Brains or any other brand. But this is how the struggles are. And another struggle, I would say, like, sometimes I get bored showing the flashcards. Now, this is the main struggle. Even when my child was very small, on the bed all the time, like he was just 2, 3, 4 months, it was easier, just flash him, and his wake time was like hardly 1 hour, 2 hour, that's it. Now his wake hour is 10 hours, and I am also getting tired running behind him. So finding out time, like a peaceful time to show flashcards, becomes a tricky task. So not just for him but for me too. I mean, he's interested, but sometimes I get bored. Sometimes I'm interested and he gets bored. So having a balance becomes a problem. So I'm trying to overcome this situation by, creating a good schedule, or sometimes I just take out time and I'm like, no, I am going to show flashcard. Even if they are 2, even if they are 10, I'm going to show. So I also have to get a lot of motivation sometimes to show the flashcards, because it's almost a year and a half I'm showing the flashcards. So these things tend to make you monotonous. But then they say that flashcards are the most important because they connect the left and the right brain, and they are the most important tool to open up the child's heart. Okay guys, so I have also opened up my heart and I have given you a brief story, and my video is almost 22 minutes and I have just realized it. So guys, thanks a lot for the love and support that you guys are giving me. It makes immense sense to me and I'm extremely grateful. If you find out time and you think that this video should be shared, do share it, and also please subscribe to my channel, and thank you and bye.